I sit cross-legged on my hardwood floor, surrounded by a sea of glossy photographs. The Vermont wedding I shot last weekend turned out even better than I hoped. The bride's cream-colored gown against the autumn foliage created exactly the contrast I was aiming for. My favorite shot captures the couple beneath a canopy of maple trees, their fingers barely touching as fallen leaves swirl around them. The phone rings. My mother's name flashes on the screen. I hesitate before answering, my finger hovering over the accept button. Hi, Mom. I tuck the phone between my ear and shoulder, still organizing photos into potential album layouts. Courtney. Her voice carries that familiar crisp edge. I need to talk to you about Lily's wedding. I smile, thinking about my sister's upcoming Miami ceremony. I was actually planning to call her this week. I have some ideas for photography that would be perfect for "You'll ruin your sister's wedding." Don't come. My coffee cup slips from my hand, shattering against the floor. Hot liquid splashes across the photographs, ruining hours of work. I barely notice. What? My voice sounds distant, like it belongs to someone else. Lily needs all the attention, Margaret continues, her voice firm and unyielding. Your success would overshadow her day. The room spins as I grip the edge of my desk. Mom, that doesn't make any sense. I'm her only sister. All guests have received their invitations. Everyone except you, she says. My stomach lurches. The familiar feeling of childhood abandonment floods back, being left out of family photos, watching my artwork removed from the refrigerator to make room for Lily's stick figures, sitting alone at the kids' table during Thanksgiving, while Lily perched on Dad's lap at the adults' table. Mom, I'm her only sister. I've photographed 180 weddings. I could help, I say, hating the pleading tone in my voice but unable to stop it. This is partly her idea, she lies. Or maybe it isn't a lie, which would hurt even more. Think of it as your gift to Lily. You've always needed to be the center of attention. For once, let your sister have her moment. My throat tightens. Let me talk to Lily. This can't be what she wants. She agrees completely. I hang up without saying goodbye and immediately dial my father. He answers on the second ring. Court, everything okay? Dad, Mom just told me I'm not invited to Lily's wedding. That can't be right. The pause tells me everything I need to know before he even speaks. It's for the best. Court. His voice carries the same defeated tone he used when telling me I couldn't display my photography trophy at 12 because Lily wouldn't feel bad. You don't mean that? I say, pressing my palm against my forehead. Your absence is a gift to your sister. Be selfless for once. The words slice through years of pretending this dynamic didn't exist. My mind flashes to Ethan, framing my first magazine cover, opening champagne at midnight to celebrate. His pride contrasted sharply with my parents' uncomfortable silence. I looked down at the ruined photographs on my floor, moments I captured of strangers looking at each other with more love than my family has ever shown me. I won't beg for an invitation to my own sister's wedding, I say. The words emerge stronger than I expect. Don't be dramatic, my mother cuts in, probably on speakerphone. Think about someone besides yourself. I've spent my entire life thinking about everyone else. My voice remains steady despite the earthquake inside me, hiding my accomplishments, making myself smaller. All your cousins will be there, my father says. Everyone's looking forward to celebrating with Lily. Don't make this difficult. The unspoken message is clear. The family narrative about me, the selfish, attention-seeking older sister, has already been established. They control how the extended family sees me. I understand, I say finally, though I don't. I know this pattern will continue forever unless I break it. My professional confidence and personal happiness can't survive if I keep accepting this treatment. I end the call just as I hear the front door open. Ethan walks in, his camera bag slung over one shoulder, stopping short when he sees me surrounded by broken ceramic and coffee-stained wedding photos. Courtney, what happened? His concern stands in stark contrast to the coldness I just experienced from my parents. The words tumble out between sobs. The uninvitation. My parents' justifications. The lifetime of being diminished to make my sister shine brighter. Ethan kneels beside me, careful to avoid the broken mug fragments. They've done this your entire life. It's not right. He helps me salvage the photos that weren't ruined, his hands gentle as he blots coffee from the prints. We work in silence for several minutes before he speaks again. Your sister's wedding is about her, he says quietly. But your life is about you. I look up at him, suddenly seeing clearly what I've been missing all these years. The choice isn't between attending my sister's wedding or staying home. The choice is between continuing to make myself smaller or finally standing at my full height. I whisper, a new resolve taking shape. Maybe it's time to stand tall. Skip forward 3 weeks. Preparations, family silence, and realization of patterns. A week later, I wake with clarity. Margaret answers the phone on the third ring. Courtney, is everything all right? Everything's fine. Better than fine, actually, I say, calm, measured. Ethan and I are getting married. Silence stretches. Then, what? When did this happen? We've been together 4 years. The timing feels right. We found a perfect spot in Amalfi. Just 25 guests. Very intimate. You can't possibly plan a wedding while Lily is planning hers. My mother snaps. Do you have any idea how stressed she is? I take a deep breath. This isn't about Lily. This is about the life Ethan and I are building. Richard! She calls to my father. Courtney is trying to upstage Lily's wedding with her own. I close my eyes, but instead of shame, I feel calm. I just wanted you to hear it from me directly. Courtney, goodbye, Mom. The osprey dives toward the lake, emerging with a fish in its talons. I sit in the morning sun, waiting for the guilt and doubt to come. Instead, I feel lightness. On our wedding day, I stand at the edge of Giovanni's villa terrace, breathing in the scent of jasmine that winds through the iron railings. The September sun hangs low over the Amalfi coast, bathing everything in perfect golden light. Ethan slides his arm around my waist. Is it everything you hoped for? The guests, our chosen family, mingle on the stone patio. The guitarist begins playing Northern Sky by Nick Drake. Not the wedding march, but our song. I walk toward Ethan alone, no one giving me away, because I belong to myself first. The officiant says, marriage isn't just the joining of 2 people, but the creation of a new story, one written together. Day by day, Ethan's voice is steady as he recites his vows. I promise to see him, truly see him, to celebrate his success as my own, to build a home where his light, and mine, is never dimmed. As we exchange rings, the Mediterranean turns to liquid gold behind us. The moment is perfect, authentic, our story, our joy. Later, the reception, the documentary team capturing spontaneous laughter, quiet embraces, the moments that matter. James approaches me with one image. Do you mind if I post this one? It's special, I nod. It's art. The photo explodes online. Comments, shares, recognition, but most importantly, validation from those who truly see me. Ethan whispers, not that you'd ruin Lily's wedding, but that you'd prove them wrong. For years, I captured other people's happiest moments. Today, I created my own. I sleep without the weight of seeking approval. I make decisions without second guessing. My assistant, Jessica Thomas, leaves with tears in her eyes after I remind her, your vision matters. Don't diminish it for anyone. At the International Vision Awards ceremony, I speak. For years, I allowed others to frame my story through their limitations. Authenticity isn't selfish. It's the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to others seeking permission to shine. The broken coffee cup, the ruined photographs, they are memories of the moment I chose myself. The truth crystallizes. When people try to make you smaller, that's when you need to stand tallest. The next morning, I wake early, sunlight spilling across our studio like warm water. The Amalfi photos are still glowing on my laptop, notifications buzzing nonstop. Emails from international magazines, wedding planners, and photographers asking to collaborate. My phone vibrates with messages from Jessica and other mentees, thanking me for creating the workshop. Ethan enters with 2 cups of coffee, and I hand him one, my hands still trembling slightly with excitement. Feels unreal, I whisper, like the world finally sees me. He smiles, brushing a stray hair from my face. It's not just the world. It's you. You finally claimed your story. I scroll through social media again, pausing at a comment that makes me smile. Finally, a wedding photographer who understands what matters. The validation feels different now. Not about my family, not about outshining anyone, but about authenticity, connection, and truth. Despite the surge of success, I can't ignore the shadow lingering from my family. A few relatives continue to send veiled texts or posts criticizing the Italian wedding. I read them once, then close my phone. Ethan sits beside me, holding my hand. Their opinions aren't rules, he reminds me. You're building something real. That's what matters. I nod, letting his words anchor me. I realize my parents' attempts to control my life have always been about fear, the fear of someone else shining brighter than their preferred narrative. I used to internalize that fear, shrink, and comply,